Bowling Green State University is a school focused on student success. Thriving in the heart of Northwest Ohio, BGSU is fast becoming the premier learning community in the state and one of the best in the nation. With dozens of first-year programs and academic initiatives ranging from BGX to Springboard, student success at BGSU has many facets and many faces.
First, we can look at student success statistically.
BGSU is a large and complex university.
It has over 22,000 students,
200 undergraduate programs,
65 master's programs,
and 16 doctoral programs.
We graduate students at a rate 12% higher
than that predicted based on their academic credentials.
Also, our sixth-year graduation rate is 65%.
Much higher than the 43% rate.
That's the average at other moderately selected universities.
But that's just what the numbers show. To really get a look at student success,
we need to examine them individually.
All of our campus programs are designed to help students to think critically and constructively,
to communicate meaningfully,
and to work effectively together with others in teams.
The proof shows in what students can do with their knowledge.
The proof is in their performance. BGSU is engaged in ambitious and exciting initiatives in critical thinking as another step in preparing students who are not only educated, but are also reflective citizens.
The BGX didn't teach me what to value or believe. It taught me that it's more important to learn and develop my own values.
And then take action in promoting what I believe in, as well as learn to understand that the world is full of people who do not have the same beliefs as me.
We want our students to do more than just think about values. By offering courses that help students learn, by using their knowledge and skills to serve the community, BG Experience is encouraging students to act on their values. In my view, that's critical, because the measure of our success is not so much what our students know, as what they do with what they know.
COSMOS stands for the Center of Excellence for Science and Mathematics Education Opportunities for Success. The goal of COSMOS is to improve education for people of all ages in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. They do that through professional development workshops for teachers in K through 12, as well as training opportunities for undergraduate teachers. I actually have had the opportunity as a graduate student to go into a K through 12 classroom and help a science teacher teach science, and doing science the way that scientists do science, rather than just learning out of a book.
I do research that is focused on the effects of aging and what consequences it has on the brain. I look at something that's called neurogenesis, which is the phenomenon of new neurons. You have to think critically by combining everybody's different approaches and my own approaches, and you have to be able to apply things. And I might spend 6 months working on just one little thing, but if I can take that 6 months and give an hour talk and tell them what I did and how that little bit of work that I did might just be a small piece of a big puzzle to maybe be a cure for Alzheimer's disease in my case, then it's so worth it. I don't expect to find a cure, but maybe I'm just contributing.
Finding answers and knowing facts isn't enough. Graduates should be able to present ideas in ways that reach the minds and hearts of the audience.
I took a class, EDTL 302. It was a computer utilization class, and the purpose of this class was to prepare future teachers to use technology within the classroom. And as a project, we created an iMovie. And for this iMovie, we had to state what our teaching philosophy was, do some videotaping, put music in the background, and do a voiceover of our teaching philosophy. We had to put all of these things into our e-portfolios. And the e-portfolio was designed to share with peers in our class, share with our professor, and someday after we graduate, share with future employers. This experience prepares me for my future because it lets me know what kinds of technology is out there that I could possibly integrate into my own classroom and have even my own second grade students create their own iMovies.
I'm a student in the university's honors program, a member of Impact Honors Learning Community, and the captain of the university's mock trial team. Being a blend of theater, drama, debate team, and legal studies, mock trial prepares students about how to present effectively, how to make people care about what you're saying, and how to communicate in all aspects of life. I plan to attend law school and then to go on to a career within the field of law, where the skills I've gained from Impact Learning Community and from mock trial will be essential. That is, I'll be able to communicate effectively, to speak publicly, and to know that the arguments that I am presenting hold logically.
Participating is a matter of active engagement and is shown through working effectively in diverse groups and teams, as well as through cooperation and respect for others.
The city worked with the college they wanted to find a place in Bowling Green that needed improvement, and they picked the corner of Poe and College Streets. Basically, our job was to come up with a sculpture to improve the environment, to make it look better in that area. We went around the community, took pictures of like different businesses, different people and professions, and what we're going to do is create like a mural of cut steel figures. It was a really good learning experience. All of us were used to like working on our own, coming up with art projects, and to actually work with a group of people, at first it was kind of hard because everyone had different ideas. But after we got to know, everyone's strong points and weak points, we kind of, appreciated that more and kind of, went from there.
We were in the FALCON Film Festival. We did that, and we got first place in it. It's basically a first-year program for students, like freshmen, to make a short little movie about their freshman experience. Well, we struggled to have an idea first because we had our group together and we wanted to do this. And we had trouble coming up with the main idea. We kind of just mishmashed all of our little ideas into one whole big thing, and we wrote a script all together, all of us. Every movie you're going to do is going to be a new experience, and you're going to learn new stuff. And me and Jimmy edited it over one weekend, and it took 30 hours to get the final product after that. And it was cool just working with him for that intense amount of time and just seeing how he likes to find rhythms and scenes and I do, and then putting them together.
By their second and third years, students have integrated the skills they have learned from first-year programs to become active leaders within the BGSU community.
During winter break, I was one of 52 students that went down to Mobile, Alabama to help with Hurricane Katrina recovery. We were broken up into 4 different groups, and then each of these cluster groups worked on different projects. There were freshmen all the way through graduate students who were part of this experience. So all of us had to work together. We supported each other. Some of the stuff was more physically or emotionally draining for each individual. So we all had time for reflection at the end where we kind of wrapped up everything so that we could kind of put things into perspective. So on my e-portfolio, I have a link to the article that the university has written about this trip that we took down to Mobile, including pictures. Going down to Mobile was definitely physically and emotionally draining, but it was all worth it when we would see people from the city and the families that we were actually helping, and them giving us hugs and thanking us for all the stuff that we were doing for them down there.
I went to Kiel University in Kiel, England, and I was able to participate in classrooms in England and kind of have a really nice hands-on look at the comparisons between English education and American education. And through that, we were able to visit 3 different schools, 3 very different schools, a middle-level school, a primary school, and a special needs school, and look at how the classrooms were set up, how the school was set up, and the administration, how the teachers taught. It expanded my learning in that I have more frames of reference. So when I read something, I'm like, oh, that's similar to this in England. In my classroom, I can share the things I was able to see, like pictures from my travels with my students. So if we learn about Rome, we can look at, pictures of the Colosseum, and they can travel there through pictures and experiences that I've been able to have.
Coming to BG, I joined Chapman Learning Community. The thing that Chapman takes care of and provides to the community is a non-major specific atmosphere where everyone can come, everyone from English to art to math to physics to science, and then they have more of a values-based sort of experience where, like BGX, they want you to grow and question your own values. Professors actually have their offices in the res hall, so up on the 3rd floor you have residents living and going through their daily life, but down on the 1st floor it's actually classrooms, professors' hours, And most of them, because it's Chapman, they've all put their heart and soul into it. Thanks to Chapman, I stayed and did the second year experience because I agreed with the ideals of it so much, of integrating education and community outreach. Chapman's taught me personally leadership skills just through the opportunities it's provided. This summer I was accepted into a summer program with Woods Hole, which is the Oceanographical Institute to discover the Titanic.
These stories represent the dynamic success experienced by BGSU students. The university is helping students create new success stories every day by educating them to become actively engaged in learning. As BGSU students continue their success both in the classroom and in the community, we move closer to our goal of becoming the premier learning community in Ohio and one of the best in the nation. For BG students, the learning process goes beyond just knowing to doing what they know. The proof is in their performance.